news just coming in. CDC Group, United Kingdom's government-owned development finance institution, will make an investment of about 1,000 crore rupees in IIFL's wholly owned subsidiary, IIFL Finance. CNBC TV 18's Latha Venkatesh is here with IIFL's Nirmal Jain.
And this is big news coming in the finance space. IIFL Holdings the board has approved a 1,000 crore investment by private equity investor CDC Group in its NBFC wing, that is India IIFL Finance. And as a result of this, CDC Group will hold a 15% equity stake in that subsidiary post the placement of the shares. And now being joined by Nirmal Jain of IIFL. Nirmal, thanks much for joining us. This looks like a big investment. India IIFL Finance is your NBFC wing. What part of your business is it of the entire group?
Yeah, so NBFC accounts almost for almost about 70% of our gross business. So that's one of the most significant businesses where which also requires capital, because this is one business where growth requires capital. And in this business, our focus has been on, so this NBFC company also has a wholly owned subsidiary company, which is housing finance company, where focuses on home loan, and now increasingly we are targeting smaller towns and affordable housing.
Okay.
So incrementally we are targeting small home loans. And as you know that our NBFCs has other products include gold loans, commercial vehicles, small and medium enterprises. Again,
what is the total equity capital of that company? You say that CDC will take 15% stake. What's the therefore the total equity? So
equity of that company is around 2,000 crores net worth, if you are. That's what you're asking.
Yeah. And so, what will be the assets under management?
So assets under our loan book is around 18,000 crores. So if you look at the balance sheet size, it will be around 20,000 crores.
Okay. And what will CDC bring to the table? Is it only the money, or is there something else in terms of a board seat or expertise in other ways?
No, in fact, CDC and we also go back a long way. So CDC was the first private equity investor in IIFL when we were a startup in 1999. They came in, and now, of course, the CDC also has evolved over years. And at this point in time, if you look at CDC's other investments in India, then many of them, like Equitas or Jeevan, have got small finance bank licenses, so they've been microfinance institutions. So CDC has, so first of all, it's a good name. It's a part of UK government. It's a developmental organization. The objectives are developmental, but it has supported investments in India for a long time. Okay. And in terms of financial services, it has a very good track record, because most of its investments, the companies have evolved and grown very well. So we are quite, I think it's not only a financial investment, but CDC does bring a lot of goodwill, credibility, as well as expertise in this sector, and particularly in the small and microfinance loans, which will be thrust of our growth.
Okay, what exactly are you looking at CDC as only a financial investor, or are you looking at them as a strategic investor and will take more help from them?
So they are a financial investor, but having said that, of course, they will have a representative on the board, and as a in today's parlance, the financial investors also bring a lot of value to the table. It's not that somebody has to be a strategic investor only to bring value to the table, but and if you look at their track record, all the investments from Ujjivan, Equitas, and their debt investment in AU and Utkarsh, all of them have a good track record.
Okay. Actually, Nirmal, since you're referring to Ujjivan and Equitas so many times, should I assume that you are also looking at, say, a small bank license at some point, since RBI is looking at putting it on tap in probably the near future?
No, so to be honest, we are too big to be a small bank now, because with 20,000 crore balance sheet, we can't be a small bank. So maybe RBI has said that they'll probably get universal banking licenses virtually on tap.
Yes.
So whenever they announce the guidelines, we can take it to the board and evaluate whether it makes sense for us. And if it is, then the board will have to take a view on whether we need to apply or not.
All right, Nirmal, it was always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much. And